Hey, what is up everyone? It's Action Predator here, and I have a treat for you guys. This is kind of a new project I'm trying to do. It's sort of like a what Hutch or um Woody's Gamertag used to do, where they break down people's gameplay and they sort of show you where it went wrong and why it is a good gameplay for most cases. So now this isn't my own gameplay. But in the background, right in the beginning, you should have seen my stats from Halo Reach and Halo 3. And those aren't the best of stats, but for the Halo Reach, I can tell you right now that that is stats as a runner, because I had, back in that Halo Reach era, we were usually playing Capture the Flag or something, and I would always be the one, because we had multiple Slayers on a team, to sort of get, to that place and as a Slayer, and I'd have to get the flag or whatever, or be in the hill all the time, and that was just my personality. And then Halo 3 are terrible stats. That's my first Halo ever, that I owned and that I played, and that's over a long time ago. I pulled them up though. It used to be even a lot worse. And the thing about Halo KDs with me, I don't really think they matter as much, because of the fact that they sort of don't matter in the fact that it's you put up against players who are just your rank and just as good as you 9 times out of 10. But yeah, this is given to me by my boy. I guess his thing is Infamous Night now. Put his link in the description. He does like funny videos of nitbits of people raging or whatever, and it's hilarious. Go check it out. But this is his first game of Halo Reach, and I thought I'd break down what makes him successful and some of the things that he did wrong. He started out with the I think he started with the DMR. Yeah, he started with the DMR. I've seen this once. He's doing a little thing, trying to get used to the controls. I understand. There's a couple things I'm gonna break down, and at the end, I'll probably just sum it all up together and show you guys. Currently, right now, he's trying to get used to the controls, but he's gonna get out of it pretty quickly. Again, just a little bit more on my background. I got Halo 3 when it came out. I played Halo 2 a little bit. I was terrible at it. Then I got Halo 3, and I really started to love it. And, you know, it was just one of those things. Very quickly here, I want to point out one of the things that I want to stress in Halo, and it's one of the hardest things to do, especially with the DMR, which is why I preferably I like the battle rifle over the DMR, is, as you see here, the way he's shooting, it's very sporadic, and it's not as accurate. And Halo, compared to other games, in other games such as, like I know Logan personally, he plays Call of Duty, and he plays Gears of War. He said he didn't play that much Reach. So playing Reach, it's a lot different in the fact that the way he was shooting, especially with the way the DMR worked in Halo Reach, it is very, you can't really be playing around your shots that much. I know a friend who taught me how to 5-shot in Reach. And basically one of the main things that I had trouble with was getting to know how to slow down your shots. So that's one thing Logan's got to work on, is surely slowing down a shot, taking it time, and that's one of the hardest things to do, because it took me forever in the day to do it, especially when you don't play Halo as much or you're getting used to it. It's one of the hardest things to do, so keep an eye on that. One good play he has here is he sits back and he looks for the 2 up top. Now, as you see here, one thing that he makes a lot in Halo is he doesn't really play that much to at that point he wasn't really paying too much to the radar, but the Halo jump was good. That's something that we got to use more in Halo. It's something that isn't very, it's something that's very hard or foreign for people to do, and people hate it in Call of Duty, so you kind of negate it. But once you get used to it, it is a tool that in Halo works wonders. But another thing is when he's running out there, once your shields are down, that's always my reason to just run away, or get out of the battle, you know, because you want to back out. And that's something that I just normally do. And now he's taking on the assault rifle, and I remember I was in one of his parties when he started playing this game, I believe, and one thing that he was saying was the assault rifle isn't good. Now, the assault rifle isn't the strongest weapon, and the reason is that Halo is mainly, it has a lot of long range here, specifically towards the game. Like, when you see maps like this, there are a lot of smaller corridor areas, which is where the DMR is pretty nice. Or the BR, I'm sorry, is a little bit better. And then the medium to long range, the BR and the DMR can do very well. As you can see here, he throws a grenade, which is one of the smartest things to do. You want to be constantly throwing grenades when you see somebody. That's what I used to do at Halo Reach, and and I played it today at my friend's house, and I feel like it's a huge game changer to be able to use your frags in an effective manner, because they can take down enemy shield and give you a one-shot kill if you wanted to. But again, so you might want to slow down your roll, use your assault rifle's burst fires. Another thing is, watching this video, as you can see here, when he shoots and he's scoped in, he's very his movements are very quick. I'm sorry. But one thing he's doing good, he's controlling this top here, and as you can see, he's trying to angle it correctly. But I'm guessing, I don't know, I don't like saying this a lot, but like he uses it, that maybe you should turn down your sensitivity a little bit. Mainly for the fact that when you get in those close combats, you're kind of looking like you're having trouble. But here's a huge highlight of what he's doing. He's being smart. He's playing his teammate. He knows who's near him, and he's going to keep watching it. And that's something that makes him very successful. He's very aware of where his teammates are and what he has to do. Maybe reloading a little bit more and paying attention to what he has. I mean, there he couldn't reload, so it's not his fault. But here's what I was talking about with the assault rifle. Maybe if he had backed off in burst fire a little bit, he could have got a couple of hits off. But generally in that match, it was just a mismatch. Nothing he could really do there, because he had no pistol. So, I mean, generally, it was a pretty good life here. And here you see what I was talking about. Could have slowed it down a little bit, his sensitivity, or maybe just slowed down a little bit, controlled his pace and his burst shots. He probably would have got the kill a little bit quicker, but it was still nice aiming, get it going at the end of it. As you can see here, this is another good thing he does. He likes to pay attention to his radar. You see, he knows where they are, and he starts to identify who it is. Now, this is really, really smart here. Not only is he not scoping in, but he's using his frags, and he's getting used to it. See at that? And then at the end, I mean, that one thing, he starts shooting wildly, and that's the one thing that you have to work on. I mean, he had his burst on top a little bit there. You want to go and shoot, generally, when you're in that area of a medium range. You want to wait till your reticle resets, unless it's close range, then you could spaz it out. And again, that is something that I'm going to stress out a lot in this video, because it's something that if you don't play Halo, or you're trying to get better at Halo, this is the first thing I look at. And, you know, that was a good scenario to just burst fire when you don't know what's going on or whatever. And this is one scenario where I'd immediately back out of the fight. He tries to, but he ends up getting the kill and second through it, which is something I wouldn't have done. But at the end of the day, it came out with a good play. He got the kill, and that's what mattered. And another thing about Halo that is very key to the success of most players that I've watched, and that the success I had, is like what Logan does, is pay attention to the high ground. You see him constantly checking the high ground, and he uses the map to his advantage. That's something that rarely isn't used by lower skill players, and it can really affect the way you change. Like as of here, he knows the enemy team doesn't really see him across the beam on the top, but he sees one person there. He knows where he's gonna go. He knows he wants to get the kill, and he starts focusing himself. He starts realizing, okay, I see a guy in this top right corner. He reloads. I guess he didn't want to reload at that point, and then he starts taking shots. Those are beautiful shots right there. That's what he needs to do. And it's something that's very hard when you're using a DMR to sort of control that burst fire. That's why I prefer the battle rifle, because of the fact that it shoots on automatic rounds, and it doesn't get bigger and bigger and bigger. You can time it out. You can go. I usually go bang. I just go shoot, shoot, shoot. The battle rifle will shoot, 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 shoot. You don't want to go shoot, 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 because it's not going to work. There, it wasn't really his fault. He got outplayed. But then again, he's doing a very good job of reading the map, even for his first game. And there you go, the infamous 5-shot. That's all you have to do, is right there is what he's doing at the end. He's slowing down his shots, he's getting used to the game, he's calibrating himself. And I feel like, it's something that will be very helpful, and that you should always do, and worry and concern yourself about, is how fast you're shooting when you're struggling. When you're on a streak, that's something you want to look for and try to work on it. One way to do that is probably play your friends in Infection, or just have 1v1s. I used to go in free-for-alls all the time and only have DMRs and try to work on my 5-shot. See, there's a good match there. He walks away because he knows there's no point, and what does he do? He starts flanking. That's something a lot of people need to utilize, and it'll actually help them out a lot, because the opponent has no idea where he is, and then he gets a quick, easy headshot to clean up his teammate's kill, who essentially ran out of ammo. Then he's going to start picking off this guy in the back. Now here, as you can see, his thing is moving very quickly. That's why I suggest slowing it down a little bit. It's a lot harder because I know he plays on very high sensitivities, on 10s, and on Gears of War he goes maxed out. I think I slowed my Gears of War down, but I too am a culprit of using very high sensitivities when I shouldn't. And that's what kind of struggled me with Gears. And there was nothing you can do. I mean, he's reading the high ground, and I guess sometimes you all get stuck in those situations. But there was an extremely nice move to get his teammate off bounds, or the enemy rather, by Halo jumping. And now here he just kind of got caught out of bounds, and there's nothing he can do there. But overall, he's playing very nicely towards the end of this game. He's starting to wrap it up, control himself, and get used to Halo again. And I think that's a key aspect that he needs to do and focus on it to be very successful. So now the low points I want to go over really quickly because this game is almost over, I'm pretty sure. You want to control your burst fire in the DMR. Then this is here. You want to use frags as in here, as in this scenario, and start cleaning up some kills. You also want to be very knowledgeable and pay attention to your map radar. And you want to kind of back out of battles if you think for a second you can't win them or your shields are down. You also don't want to sit there and engage enemies when you have no ammo. But on the good side, he's paying attention to his map. At the end, he starts cleaning up his battle rifle skills, and he's playing very well attention to where his teammates are and where the other ones are. And he's also doing a very great job of controlling most of his battles and keeping them to his favor towards the end. And you should have success like he does here. That's just one thing that one game I wanted to point out there. If you want me to do more, tell me. I'll dissect even my own gameplay. I can probably find other people's gameplay to dissect for you if you guys want to, and if you actually find this very helpful and useful. So this has been your boy X-Gen Predator. I'm gonna see you guys probably in the next video. If you guys are wondering what that's gonna be, it's probably gonna be Call of Duty because my recorder's gone, and I can easily get some gameplay. I can get Call of Duty on Xbox, on a PC. I also have a couple other games that I might try to get for you guys. So yeah, been your boy. See you guys next time, I guess. So yeah.